Exclusive legends, fun game modes, unique features, and cooler skins. Apex Mobile has it all, while the main game is left in the dust. In this video, we're going to be covering all of Apex Mobile's features and why we can't have them. Why is Apex Mobile getting all the cool stuff? So Apex Mobile was released on May 17th, 2022 and is being developed by Tencent, the Chinese giant that most notably owns Riot Games. They have developed plenty of mobile titles, including Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG Mobile, and Pokemon Unite, and it is to no surprise that Electronic Arts went for a large developer to break into the mobile market. Unlike the main game, mobile players would immediately notice that there were a lot more game modes and options to play. The first thing standing out is that you could choose whether you'd want to play in a first-person or third-person mode. Besides Battle Royale, there was also a permanent deathmatch mode, Battle Royale events such as Armed and Dangerous, Quick Battle, and Flashpoint. There was a gun game, ranked match, and team deathmatch, as well as an arenas mode, so quite a lot more than the free modes that we have in the main game. Users who enter the firing range would also find that it is a lot more fleshed out. You can activate moving targets, set goals for yourself, and test out any weapon with infinite ammo that you'd like. Apex Mobile does a great job of getting new players hooked as well, as the game has actual bot lobbies, with AI players that only exist for you to get kills and feel good about yourself. Funny enough, if a player on your team disconnects, you can turn on the bot mode and it will auto run and auto fire, which makes them follow you and act as a shield or AI teammate. There's also the auto loot feature where it will pick loot up for you if you just stand near any loot on the ground. You can also use auto loot in the middle of death boxes to make looting a lot easier. There are also a lot of useful settings, with one of my personal favorites being the audio visual indicators, which give you a visual indicator of everything that's going on around you, making it a lot easier to tell what's going on, and never once did I complain about not getting audio. Apex Mobile was released on what seems to be the Season 3 version of the World's Edge map, but with a few points of interest being swapped out. The game only rolled out with the 10 base legends on launch, that being Bloodhound, Gibraltar, Pathfinder, Wraith, Bangalore, Caustic, Mirage, Octane, Lifeline, and Loba, and players were expecting Tencent to follow the theme and release the legends that we already had seen in the traditional game as time went on. But instead, in Season 1, they introduced Fade. This offensive legend has some pretty crazy offensive movement abilities. His tactical allows you to do a flashback and return to where you were 5 seconds ago, regenerating all health that you had lost in those 5 seconds. His passive allows a movement speed boost after sliding, and his ultimate releases an explosive with a radius of 8 meters, and after 2 seconds, everyone inside of that explosive will get phased for 4 seconds. The exclusive legends didn't end there, as in Season 2, Apex Mobile got Rhapsody. This music-based support legend's tactical speeds up teammates' movement speed and restores their shields. Her passive literally fixes audio and picks up on sound visualizations from an extended range. And her ultimate projects a 25 by 10 meter wall that highlights enemies in your direct line of sight and gives you the ability to see enemies through Bangalore smoke. As opposed to the traditional Apex, which requires a lot of grinding, Apex Mobile practically gives these legends away for free, as when you continue playing normal matches and leveling up, you'll unlock more and more legends, starting with Lifeline. While it still will take some playtime to get the full roster, it is nothing compared to how long it takes in the main game. For better or worse, Apex Mobile also has a perk system, and you can choose one of these upgrades per category. Passive perks all either buff the passive ability of your legend or occasionally add a small passive buff, such as making syringes restoring 10 more health when used. Finisher perks give you an extra buff to your character once you manage to pull off a finisher on an enemy, for example Octane restoring 100 shield after pulling off a finisher. Ability perks are like the passive perks, but they improve your tactical ability instead. For example, one of the exclusive legend Fade's perks allow him to restore his shields when he uses his tactical. Some of these perks, especially the passive ones, can have the same perk equipped across different legends, but you level up the perks individually per legend, meaning that you can unlock all of the passive perks for Bloodhound, but you will have to start over leveling it up whenever you pick up a new legend, say Wraith. Although subjective, many would argue that the legend skins released on Apex Mobile are of far better quality than the ones in the main game. These are some of the skins on the highest rarity available on PC, going for upwards of $20 per skin. And here's legendary skins on mobile. Not only that, but mobile has exclusive animations that look absolutely stunning. On top of that, Tencent also just added a solos mode to the base game, which we not only haven't seen in the OG game since August 2019, but the Respawn developers have gone on record stating that it probably won't come back because it was hurting player retention. Yet it's somehow getting added to mobile. Whatever. And at the time of me writing this video, Apex Mobile is getting patched as we speak, with them adding Ash from the main game into the mobile version, a new battle pass, and new events. Fade is also getting an heirloom, and even though it is the first heirloom for Apex Mobile, the customization that you can do for it is insane. insane. You can unlock resources that allow you to customize how exactly you want it to look. This heirloom is also significantly cheaper than the main game's heirlooms, where you're only guaranteed heirloom shards after opening 500 packs. Those are some pretty stark differences between the main game, which is now 3 years old, and Apex Mobile, which has only been out for 6 months. So why is Apex Mobile so different with so many more features than the older version of the game? Now, I won't be able to get into the technical side of things, as that is beyond my area of expertise, but one can assume that the fact that Apex being built on Titanfall 2, which was built on Titanfall, which was built on Source Engine, which in turn was built on Gold Source, dating all the way back from 1998, and if you want to get technical, that's also built on a Quake engine or something, probably plays some part. Adding new features while maneuvering the labyrinth of bugs is probably incredibly difficult, and it doesn't help that the original Apex crew seems to be leaving the studio en masse. Moving on, we can probably assume that the potential for players is just that much larger on mobile, especially since Apex Mobile became the most downloaded game in 60 countries on release, and hitting top 10 in the charts in the rest of them. While we sadly don't have access to the specific player charts, one can only assume that the amount of players currently playing Apex Mobile far outweighs the Steam charts, which had peaked at 500,000 concurrent players this season. And as far as the gaming market goes, there's estimated to be 2.7 billion gamers worldwide. Keep in mind there will be an overlap on platforms, but there are 0.8 billion playing on console, 1.3 billion playing on PC, and 2.5 out of those 2.7 billion players are on mobile, and this number is estimated to increase. While the amount of potential players is good, what EA and honestly really any other company cares about is engagement and it's money. And as we can see in this graph, mobile gaming was grossing more than PC and console gaming already all the way back in 2014, leaping all the way to $136 billion market share we have today, way more than both PC and consoles market share combined. Investing your time and effort into such a budding market makes a lot more sense than the smaller market on PC and console. More people are getting phones that are able to run video games rather than PCs and consoles on the daily, so it makes sense to target this ever-growing market as soon as possible and to focus it hard. In some regions, especially in the Southeast Asia and other developing countries, mobile gaming far outweighs console and PC gaming, and as their GDP grows, so will the market share. Don't get me wrong, EA is not the only company to do this, with the infamous Diablo Immortal first coming to mind. Do you guys not have phones? Is etched into my memory forever. And this all makes me wonder, why are we still calling the PC and console versions of Apex Legends the main game? Going off the market, the features, and the overall focus on EA's side, it's starting to look like Apex Mobile is becoming the main game instead. I just don't know what we should call Apex instead. Traditional Apex? Old Apex? Let me know in the comments. If you guys are interested in learning about what happened to Apex's first prodigy, check out the video on the screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.